Hey guys, this is Tony. In this video, we are going to talk about how to track the outreach process. So in a perfect world, we ideally should track everything that we do so that we can come back and see, okay, how we did it, when we did it, exactly how much we did it, so that we can measure the success and failure of the things that we did. And obviously, this is not a perfect world. And for this particular task, outreach activities, I came up with essentially 3 different Google Sheets to track the important parts of this activity. So the first thing is Google keyword tracking. So essentially we use different tactics by using Google and scrape prospects so that we can reach out to them. And you can imagine, there are so many different keywords that we use to search on Google, and we sometimes overlap between the team members, or it might overlap between different campaigns or projects. So to avoid that, we have this tracker so that we know which keywords that we already did, and when we did it, who did it, so that we don't repeat the same effort twice. Then the next one is performance tracking. So Buzzstream does have a certain tracking capability. So it tracks, how many send, how many people open, how many people click on the links, and then how many people reply, those kind of things. But we ideally should have a better measurement rather than just that. So what I came up with is basically different email lists, different projects, and the different how many emails was sent for that particular project. So the way I divide it up is, if you go to Buzzstream, and I call these individual projects, and then you can have different projects within each outreach campaign, outreach strategy. If you are interested in thinking a little bit about that, there's one video that I made previously talking about objective, strategy, and campaign. But essentially, you structure your projects based on what you are doing, the campaign, the outreach strategies, the tactics that you're doing. And so you really want to know how you went. And so the way that I have structured is, so here's one strategy, or here's one project that we did, how many emails did we send, and how many open, how many clicks. So by having all that on one sheet, it's much easier than on Buzzstream. You have to click individually, and it kind of get confusing and not easy to compare. So by having that on one Google Sheet, you can see, okay, here's the projects, here's the outreach campaign or tactics that we did. How did it go? It didn't go well, it went well. And then within that, you can also track the template. Here's the template that we use. How did it go? You can do A/B testing, right? You can change the subject line. You can change a particular sentence in the content and see how people react to it by looking at the matrix that you collect. So this is a very simple, primitive way of tracking the process, yet very powerful, as you can see. And finally, of course, we need to have a successful placement tracking. So here, basically we see what target page that we sent out to, and how's the status, and what they wanted. Some of them wanted you to pay. Obviously, I don't recommend paying to get a link. And some may negotiate, say, hey, in return, can you give us a link? Or, can you spread the word for us? We have this upcoming product launch. It depends, really, how you communicate with them. That's where the negotiation takes place. You need to really figure out a win-win situation. So, here's the tracking sheet so that we know, okay, here's the campaign that we did. How did we do? How many links did we get by sending out 100, 200, or thousands of emails. And so we can repeat that process if it went well for different campaign or for different email lists, things like that. So hopefully this is helpful, give you a little bit of inspiration on how you can actually, inspiration and ideas on how you can actually track your outreach process. If you like this, please subscribe to the channel Digital Radio Marketing, and please check out the website digitalradiomarketing.com. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.